So welcome back to another thrilling scene from this life, set in beautiful Duluth, Minnesota, and on the Sept of the Hearth's fire, where there is violence. Glorious, glorious violence. There's been a lot of tension among the Sept. There has been a lot of tension between Sept mates. There has been a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of angst, and a lot of shit that just needs to be cleared out. And so God bless their souls, the Tail Singer and the Master of Challenge seem to have put their heads together and arranged for something to help dispel some of that angst. A good way to let people get it out of their systems. And as such, the gauntlets have been, well, the Stone Gauntlet has been, it's been a busy place. A lot of foot traffic, a lot of activity, people gathered, yelling, cheering for their friends, and almost reliably, at least one pair of people either punching each other, whacking each other with blunted weapons, whatever have you, but just kind of hashing out their shit in the simplest, purest way humanly possible, really. So there has been bout after bout, and in light of this activity following morning training, Charlotte has she's been lingering. She's been in the area. She's been watching bouts. She's been watching people come and go, watching people initiate bouts with each other, looking to see how their expressions and postures have changed between before and after the bouts. She's been doing her best to keep kind of a level eye on the that delicate text between the lines of everything that's going on, and naturally has offered to be a spare set of hands to the poor Master of Challenge because there's a lot of people and a lot of angst. And it's only courteous. She's not going to stomp on his toes. But it's only a matter, of course, that sooner or later other philodoxes are going to have to weigh in here or there, help separate people, help make a call, whatever the case may be. So she has a couple times had to, at this point, kind of dive in and separate a pair of brawlers over cheap shots, has had to keep an eyeball on this or that. But for the most part, besides engaging briefly with people or engaging with the bouts that are going on, has been kind of leaving herself off and available. Inviting. Almost inviting, should anyone need to. An encounter, an offer for a bout, keeping herself free to chat, and sooner or later, there's only so long Yolana can stay away from everything that's happening ever. I assume we'll eventually see her kind of doing her perch thing.
Yolana has had a different tactic for today called not being there. And I'm trying to remember like the geographic area this is occurring in.
By the trading stones.
All right. So there's plenty of rocks and outcroppings and things to hide behind. And as a direct result, Yolana has discovered parts of the Sept she normally wouldn't venture into. She likes the thicker woods where you can actively bow hunt and things like that. And she's been following this trail, and she understands the din is kind of on her right side. And she just told herself, okay, if I can keep the sound on my right side, doesn't change from my right side, I'll probably be okay. She's picking through, and she's making her way down, and she spots a rabbit. She thought she'd gotten all the rabbits. There's the rabbit. Okay, I'm kind of hungry. I'll follow the rabbit. She's following the rabbit. And she'll move, and then it'll hop off a bunch because it's a rabbit, and it is rightly perpetually afraid of everything. And she'll move again. And she gets very laser focused on this rabbit until she realizes that the rabbit that she's been chasing at this point has run by a set of feet, and she looks up. And the first words out of her mouth are, oh, fuck. Because she's now in the middle of everything. Where she absolutely, positively didn't want to be. She just starts to slowly try to moonwalk out of danger. It's not working.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be.
But your bestie here,
I'm waiting for the hands of fate to clamp down on me.
That person you totally didn't want to encounter again after the last instance, kind of sweeps through, hooks you up in an arm. It's kind of like, hey, kind of all hands on deck over here.
She closes her eyes when someone just comes out and grabs her.
Yep. You get looped up in an arm mid-walk.
Someone just comes out of right field and fucking lays hands on her, and all you get is her closing her eyes for a second before you start talking. Yes, yep. Raya.
There's a quirk of a glance over. It's a good chance to see people handling shit firsthand, because this is the kind of shit we're going to have to handle all the time. Kind of jerks the thumb over.
I am a dedicated member of the cause, Raya. And she just forlornly goes off, waiting to get punched in the face by a drunk at a Fenris.
Timmy's about to fucking bout it out with Wildfire, actually.
That is... Yes, Raya. She changes direction.
It's kind of another, like, squinty glance to the side. It's not all bad. Come on, just keep an eye, learn how the calls are made. It's how we hash this shit out.
She just keeps walking towards the meeting between Artemi, of all people, and Ageta Fenris. She seems very wary of bumping into anybody at this point. She does not verbally respond to you.
I mean, and she lets her loose when she's walking of her own accord instead of because she's being pulled. You know, flicking glances around again between the various bouts, who's standing where, who's cheering for who, how viciously people are going at it.
She'll probably eventually spot Melanthe on the other side of things somewhere, just kind of standing on the sidelines going, huh. Ooh. Ugh.
Huh. Yes, learning experience.
She does not appear to be rooting for anyone, just observing, occasionally going, ooh.
So Tailsinger will stand up around the center of the crowd saying, all right, everyone. This is one of the big fights we've all been waiting for. Since Lady Alexandros' challenge to ever get a Fenris here, the only one who cannot answer this challenge is, of course, the Rite Masters. He is doing sub duties. But we've already seen one bout. Let's see how the mighty Gorgon's Raw contends with the irreplaceable and the juggernaut of this arena, if I remember correctly, Wildfire. As you'll see the two square up, and I mean, they'll launch at each other. Like, Wildfire viciously hits Artemi like 4 or 5, 6 times in the face, but I'm going to say this. Artemi and him is a close bout, but she wins through literally smashing him into one of the fucking stones, essentially. Like, even for Charlotte, Melanthe, and Johanna, this fight is pure vicious, like, you know, like they have to get pulled off each other at one point. I don't know who's participating in pulling off the gigantic rune from Wildfire.
Unfortunately, Yolana was given a direct order by an Adrian, so she has to go. She has to go.
Charlotte ain't gonna leave her to fucking contend with Wildfire alone. That would be just cruel.
It's like, let's send in the cleats, see what sticks to the wall.
People get, you know, you probably get a straight punch because they're just trying to go at each other. You know, it's.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's eventually they'll be backed into their corners. Artemi's face looks pretty much like that as she's heaving, but she looks relatively fine. Wildfire is shrugging off as well. It looks like they're about to go at each other again. She's just like heaving, like, you know, concentrating as she spits out some blood from her mouth.
Yep, Charlotte will totally wade in as well, help get them separated, and then immediately get the fuck out of the way.
Yolana doesn't want to lay hands on either of these individuals for longer than is absolutely necessary.
Yeah, unless you do say anything to them, they don't really respond.
No, now is not the time.
And yeah, once you kind of separate, I mean, what will happen is I'll keep this nice and narrative. Like, Wildfire puts up a good fight, and he's very skilled at actually grappling and wrestling and all that. To almost kind of, you could probably design to take down a big creature like Artemi. She's just too fast. She's just, I mean, it ends because actually Artemi has to be pulled off him because she just keeps hitting him. In this kind of snarling not a frenzy, but Jesus fuck, you know what I mean? When you get pulled back, Artemi does, and she just spits out more blood. And what you'll all notice is she locks eyes with the warder who's sitting on one of the top stones watching, and she locks eyes with her as she's walking back into one of the other stone areas, resting areas to kind of go heal off essentially. But you'll notice that glare that she gives her essentially. Not taking her eye off her, actually. Not in the slightest.
Man, what a great time to moonwalk out of danger.
Are pack mates coming in to collect people, or is it the Philodoxes that are dragging them off the field?
Philodoxes are. Because they have seen this. This has happened before. The Tailsinger will say, no pack mates, because we all know what a stray fucker will do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's one of the rules, is the pack. If pack mates can start another brawl, so we're not having a brawl in this.
So that's the worst part of this. The secret best part for Bob, the worst part for Yolana, is Artemi is the one that can move under her own power. So she's the one who has to try to drag Wildfire's big ass around, which is a lot like fucking dragging angry potato sacks.
Oh yeah, Wildfire's a big guy.
It's like, great. Got red on me now. And you just see her, and, not to put too fine a point on it, but Yolana is like 5'3" and maybe 135 pounds. And watching her drag Wildfire is a comedic mismatch, the likes of which is normally reserved for the Muppets.
Yeah, Charlotte will be offside. We'll totally let the Cleith get that. Kind of rubbing her face as she took one of many, many stray knocks. Kind of gives Melanthe a little bit of a nudge, nodding over to Artemi as she makes her fucking stalk and stare.
Melanthe will go check on her.
To me, sitting down, you see probably she's sitting down on one of the rocks. Her face looks much like this as it's starting to slowly, heal from the damage. Because Wildfire did get her a good fucking number of times in the face, with those stray elbows to the nose, probably shattering it and all that.
Melanthe has probably she's doing what all the smart theurges have done and have showed up just in case they're needed. But although she is not needed in this case, she will probably approach with water or something. Actually, yeah, she's playing water pitcher.
You approach, and Artemi's not even looking in direction. She's just kind of gazing off. Her eyes are very intense, very intent. She's very, very, suddenly very, very driven.
Yeah, there's no actual attempt to talk to Artemi right now because it probably wouldn't go very well. But she is offered a glass of water very silently, just like water.
Yeah,
in your peripheral vision.
She doesn't speak to her unless she doesn't speak to you unless you speak to her. Really, that's the kind of impression.
No, there's literally just like a cup held out to be ignored if necessary. But that's the offer is there.
Yep. Nope. Artemi's silent.
Finally, Yolana has just begun to breach the outskirts of the circle, leaving a divot in the earth behind the two of them, because she can only drag so much of Wildfire, and the rest gets to till the earth. She continues to pull, like a limp-noodled Kermit the Frog, with just as much panic because this process is taking longer than she probably thought was necessary. But unfortunately, she is dragging a carton of rage bricks across this Gaia's blessed earth. This entire debacle ends when she finally, because of the rough stones at the edge of the circle, trips, falls, and hits her head on another different rock. Now she is bleeding, and she has a constipated look on her face, in the dirt. Truly, this is the scent of victory in Gru law.
I fucking can't.
God damn it.
Shall I assume that one of Wildfire's packmates is already at the edge
Yeah.
to collect him?
Yep,
Yeah.
runs is. Marcel's nowhere to be seen yet.
Probably. Probably good. Good that he only shows up when he needs to. Yep. That's good. Charlotte will instead offer Yolana a hand up while Runs is taking hold of Wildfire.
With her self-made bloody curtain across her scalp, Yolana is drug up and wobbles a few times, much like a newborn fawn before its mother is shot at the beginning of a Disney film. She then looks at you with this, nature's most primal makeup. Maybe she was born with it. Maybe it's grueling. It's a sad sight.
There's kind of a wince, like that kind of suck in a breath and like sympathy, because, face wounds aren't the worst ever, but they sting like a bitch and they bleed so much.
Oh no, like the actual cut upon closer inspection is like barely past an eighth of an inch. That, however, does not stop it from erupting like the fucking Yellowstone geyser.
There's a wince, and she will just how with it is Yolana right now?
She's like halfway to okay. It was a rock that her head made a direct impact with.
She will carefully just kind of guide her hand up to her head and apply some pressure to the back of it to guide her through, like putting the stop on that. Like,
unfortunately, Charlotte's well-meaning pressure was just enough to knock Yolana back down. Now the dirt's in her eyes.
Oh, for the love of...
What a hero.
Good grief.
I'm having a great time, by the way. This is hilarious.
I'm dying. In addition to pitchers of water for drinking, there's also like buckets and towels and stuff, and Melanthe will go get one of the buckets and towels. She didn't offer that to Artemi, who is ignoring the water, because she's pretty sure it's a little premature.
In a move born of desperation and a minor concussion, Yolana attempts to relieve her situation by pushing her face into the bucket and moving it around along with the hand. Unfortunately, while this removes a great deal of the blood and most of the dirt, it gives her the initial impression of a drowned rat in the freezing air.
You know what? Charlotte's just gonna let Melanthe have that. That is a tragedy happening right there.
She's wearing this exact expression.
Yolana then applies the towel to her face, much like I imagine a 5-year-old would try to dab out the entire liter of cola it spilled all over the floor. It is a sight both endearing and kind of fucking sad. Also, she gets blood on the towel. The concussion seems to be clearing up at this point. She looks ready-eyed, wary, just a little sad. She stares at the rock that initially struck her skull as though it betrayed her.
Oh, God.
Melanthe will eventually take the towel away and dab a little bit more effectively.
Charlotte is going to look away from this tragedy playing out on the ground right next to the fucking circle. Kind of glance around for whoever is queued up to step in next. How they're looking at each other, how they're posturing. Look and see who else is like initiating bouts. Same shit she's been doing this whole time, really.
Kieran, one of the Fianna, and Wildfire are going, not Wildfire, Siege Engine are going at each other.
Oof.
Kira knocks out Siege Engine one punch, just boom, and Siege Engine
Oh.
goes flying.
Goodness.
Yeah, there's that
Karen-
tangible, like, oh!
Kieran looks around, picks up a bottle of what looks to be alcohol, and just walks back and sits down again, kind of unwrapping the bandage from his hand. But that was like you blinked and the fucking fist connected. Essentially, it was that fast.
Sweet fucking Gaia. Oh, God. Yeah, she wades in to try to scoop up Siege Engine just because someone's gotta, and Yolana's down, and I don't even know who else is where, but someone's got to get him off the field, and he's gigantic.
Almost like the
Leaf.
world's... Oh, go for it.
Oh no, go for it. No, go ahead.
Almost like the
Go ahead.
world's saddest stretcher bearer on autopilot. Yolana is once again in the center of another ring of dirt lined with treacherous rocks. Much like the ships driven to shore by the sirens, she moves onward with a singular purpose that is both valorous and kind of moronic. She is again faced with another person twice her size, and instead of trying to carry him in any dignified fashion, just picks up the upper body first, so that his head need not be dashed upon the rocks, however much she may seem to desire a servant of the Weaver to do so. This time she manages not to trip, and he is laid out, on the side, near the Gatorade. Unfortunately, it is the blue Gatorade, and thus cannot restore his HP, no matter how many electrolytes are in it.
Just watches this sad play, like, fucking just play out. What the shit?
She then sits on the ground dejectedly because she has just had to body drag two different 250-pound men in a very short period of time, both of whom were involuntarily deadweighting her. Thus continues the tragedy of Mighty Mouse, the saddest Black Fury.
Oh, God.
I can't.
Who else is queued up and who's eyeballing who? Holy shit.
There's Lena. Looks like she's gearing up for a fight, but nobody's squaring up yet. Bones and Charles are starting to form around. It's getting around to see who's really.
A little bit robot-y, but I gotcha. Yeah, Charlotte keeps wading through, keeping an eye, and for the most part staying disengaged, though at some point she'll probably wing around to make sure Yolana isn't dying. She at least stopped bleeding.
Yes, by this time she has managed to stop bleeding.
Actually, I should probably take a look. Actually, I guess Cassie's frail enough. She really wouldn't be expected to do much in this. So let's see who we got. Is Leaf actually mediating anything, or is he just setting up bouts? Because I know he is.
Leaf's mediate. Leaf's mediating. He's mediate. You get the impression he'll mediate until someone basically starts fighting him.
Yeah, kind of figured. I'm just surprised he's not in more of them.
Leaf is handling some of the other fights that are going on. Leaf is much bigger and stronger, so he's able to lift people quite easily. But yes, there are people starting to, and where you guys are, there are people, gearing up and all that. So it depends if you're going to go try talk to people, if you're going to try do whatever, people are around.
I suppose the important question is, who is actually wasting any time on chattering? Because most of the people gathered are kind of gearing up to do some shit.
People are chattering. Like, people are chattering to people. The Galliards are running around at full tilt. Some Ragabashes are around, like Carves is around, Maria Darcy's around, Neary's around. You know, people are chatting to each other. Like, even some of the people who are bouting, they're chatting to their pack mates. Like, Charles is chatting to Haley, Bones is chatting to Ragnar. You know what I mean? People are interacting with each other. There's the crowd that's watching, that's cheering. There's bets being taken down. Red Eye is making a killing in terms of money because he's betting, you know, series of bouts and what odds are this and what odds are that. There is quite a lot of chatter. It's quite a busy place. If anything, the buzz is quite exciting because people seem to be really engaged in this.
Fuck it. Let's wade into one of the chattering, like, sets of people. Let's see who we got. Galliard-wise. Abel's around. I assume he's squaring up with more people. How's shit going with Maria?
She arrived in a toy car, essentially, you know, the big long ones, and she arrived in on that, and people are looking over. She's geared up for battle and everything, and like,
so she's all like painted up, crazy looking, in a fucking Power Wheels car.
Yep.
She'll pop up beside her after a bit, keeping an ear, keeping an eye. But yeah, we'll pop up around beside her. Know how to make an entrance.
That's the whole fucking point of it. To look over. The whole point is to show.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, well, she shrugs. I'll see who challenges me.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Well, you're challenging me, are you?
Why not?
All right. Walk over, you know, into the circle.
Yeah, she'll glance around, make sure there's a Philodox. Someone's coming over to keep an eye. But yeah, we'll come around to the other side. She dressed smart for this. She ain't got her
on the
city clothes on.
stance, impassive.
Oh my God.
There you go. Roll initiative.
Oh boy. Banana. Exact same roll.
Just roll 1d10.
Yeah, I gotcha. Looks like it's her first.
Jesus. Okay, Maria drops 2 rage. Takes a swing.
And we'll go for a doge.
She got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Jesus. Let's see if I can skim some of that off. Oh, that is the wrong dice pool. Let me add 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 skimmed off.
Thanks, psychic. Oh no, there you go. I have 3 bashing.
All right. None of it soaked.
Yeah, she clocks you.
Oh yeah, clocks are fucking good. I assume people are generally not using fucking gifts for these.
If you get caught using gifts, the Tail Singer has said he will personally beat you himself.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Nobody is allowed to use gifts.
Fuck it. Can I skim the dodge off the rage actions, or do I need to take it out of the action?
Take it out of the action because you didn't say.
Okay. Well, then I guess it is her turn again.
Okay, she rounds in. One, two, three, 4.
Scroll my butt up here. Do. I suppose that is still better than the other, so fuck it. Yep. I'm gonna tank it. Fuck it. I've got to take at least one swing back or it's no fun. Jesus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Psychic, this is not the time for your horse shit. I suppose Discord having shitty connection issues will fuck with it.
Give it a second. It loaded for me. Or just try re-roll it again, maybe. That sometimes fixes it.
I just... Okay, there's that. So... Any minute now. There we go. Alright. How much was it?
6.
Alright, so
Hang
also...
on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6.
So
4.
So 4 soaked.
You're on 5.
Yep. Just gonna have to roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
Pull this up real fast. Sadly, I can't get 2 in a row. So... Yeah, fucking just gonna swing back. Actually, let me use. Yep. Okay. Fools. Ugh. -2 is... I'm gonna start using fucking Roll20. And we may be better off just using the Roll20 with Discord going in and out.
Yep.
Okay, fuck it.
Sav, yep. Pro your thing.
5d10. Boop. That is 1d10.
That's, yeah.
Try that again. There we go.
Yeah, roll your damage.
2, 4... That's not affected, so... Soak 3? She soaked 3.
Soaked. Her second rage action. That is 1 goes through. That's all you need.
Yep.
One damage.
Thankfully
soaked.
soaked.
She drops another 2 rage.
Two
Swings
dropped
again.
after 2.
She gets 2.
Can I shave them off the end?
Yeah, sure, you can try.
Then yeah, I will go ahead and use one of them rage. And remember to take 2 dice off. Come on now. Where's the dice roller? Dodged.
Okay. You use your main action to dodge that, yes?
I was trying to ask if I could use one of the rage. It is up to you. We can just take it in order.
Normally we do it like you take the main action, but you say you're spending rage. So that's the way we've been doing it. So I just go with that. Just go the way we've been normally doing it.
Yeah.
So
like I said, spending 2, so I'll have one for that.
Yep, you dodge quite handily. She'll swing on her first rage action again. She gets 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus Christ. I am going to get rocked. Should have taken one of the others. Nope, I'm going to have to tank it. Again, can't
Okay.
do anything if I doge.
2.
Soaked.
Keep in mind your wound penalties.
Yep. Keeping in mind my wound penalties. Let me pull some fucking shit. Actually, no. Fuck it. So that's 2.
Yep. Yeah, she's not going to dodge.
So 4.
She took 2 of it, so you nick her, and she'll return fire.
Yep, I'm just going to keep tanking.
That's 3. One, 2, 3, 4. No, sorry, 3. 3. So all she needs is you're on 6. She comes at her round. She spends her final rage point and swings.
Do I get my last rage action?
Oh, last rage action. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, it ain't going to be much, but I'm going to try.
Go ahead.
So 8 minus 5 ain't a lot. God damn it. Don't keep switching to Discord. That's still 2.
Yeah. Roll your damage.
1. Takes that last kind of wild swing she fucked up.
Yep. Soaks. Maria spends her final rage point. Swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Unless Charlotte is tapping out, essentially. Because you can do that. You can raise your hand saying you've had enough.
Honestly, at this point, she probably should have done it before taking the last swing. But yeah, since they're petering out before Maria has to waste more rage, she'll finally just fucking tap.
Yeah, and, people start cheering, you know what I mean? As Maria just nods, like, yeah, does the big, like, yeah, you know what I mean, at the crowd. Spitting out a bit of blood because you did nick her. Probably across the jaw. She'll turn and, help Charlotte up and pat her on the shoulder and, start to walk into amongst the Fianna who are cheering.
Yep, Charlotte is collected up, kind of fucking rubbing the side of her jaw where she got a hell of a fucking knock. She's got one of the eyes kind of going purple. And yeah, after the clap on the back and all that, yep, she just carefully waddles to the edge of the ring. Very carefully. Because Jesus Christ. Maria hits like a truck sometimes. Oh, no!
Yeah, no. The Fianna, are cheering and clapping and, you know what I mean? And, they all seem quite excited, you know what I mean? I don't know how the rest of you guys are reacting. So
Kind of philosophically, just kind of like, oh, okay. All right.
Yolana picks up her wheelbarrow and moves on. No one knows where she got the wheelbarrow.
No one's questioning it. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
All right, so I guess the question of the day for JC is, have you seen the rumors posts and all the shenanigans going on?
Absolutely not.
You want to take a turn or you want me to do?
The Gauntlet is a fighting arena that they get used to either have contests of strength or, for situations like this, since there's been a few ramping tensions on SEP lately. The Master of Challenges and the Tail Singer have organized a series of contests that, whoever can challenge who, rank doesn't matter as long as the rules are kept, which involves no gift use and no bite, essentially no low blows or no eye gouging, or biting. But it's basically pick who you want to spar with, fight with. Everyone will place bets and do whatever, and it's more of a place that Runes can celebrate and people can bet on, and it's more show of contest really. And some Silver Fangs, you'll notice, will actually volunteer for this. A couple of people have done it before.
All right. Sounds like fun.
But yes, Bastion would arrive to probably see Charlotte fighting this girl painted literally in like fucking blue woad and fucking half naked, essentially fighting each other, and Charlotte eventually has to tap out because the onslaught's a bit too much. But there's cheering and shouting as people exchange money and exchange stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep. Charlotte be waddling
Oh,
off,
yeah.
looking for the first place so that she can pop a lead and take Glabro, fix her face. Though as he trots out, in whatever form he trots out in, catch a idle wave. Because, hey, recognize that guy.
Yeah, Bastion will show up in Lupus, just for ease of situation at the time, and just kind of sit down. It's warmer in Lupus, and just kind of scoping things out to see what's going on.
Da-na-na.
Yeah, you see people starting to round up over who's going to go next and all that. You see just a few people kind of debating and money being exchanged and and placing bets. The Furies seem to be locked in their own political engagement of fighting. The Gets seem to be concentrating on prize fighters. You notice that people are starting to have prize fighters now. People who have won a lot of these are starting to be rolling out eventually. Some of the Silverfangs are watching as well. You see Charles, you see even the Wormfoe. You see Melanie watching and she's whispering into ear into another person. They all seem to be picking and choosing who they're betting on, and who they bet on is more of a statement if anything else.
All right. Well, Bastion will again kind of survey the field, watching to see if see how this all works, trying to get a feel for, like, do people have to have a patron for this, or is it something that they can just kind of walk in the ring and say, "Bring it, bitches," or
What you'll see is probably serving your perfect example is Charles, the other Silverfanger rune. He'll stand up and hold his arm up, going, "I'm challenging Bones." You know what I mean? Pointing, and everyone starts to cheer as the big Metis, Bones, get a Fenris, comes out, and he looks hideous as all Metis do. And kind of everyone starts to spread out in the circle. The rules are shouted out again. Like no eye gouging, no this. For the Metis, no shifting forms. If you regen, you regen. We can't control your guy in sin, but that's the way it is. No shifting forms, no biting. And they just fucking boom! Two fucking mountains go against each other. The fight lasts for about approximately 3 minutes. Bones wins.
okay? Can I tell what the rules are, or are there any rules? It's just walk into the ring and beat the crap out of each other.
Walk out in the ring, beat the crap out of each other. No low blows, no eye gouging, no gift usage. That's a big one. If you're gift usage, you'll be fucking taken out and beaten, essentially. No gift usage whatsoever. It's just a straight show of who's more physically superior in terms of strength.
All right. Bastion will continue to watch here. He's this is not his game.
Yeah, Charles gets helped up was essentially his fucking face is busted as Bones hits but to be fair, Bones is knitting slowly back up as well. So Charles is helped over by Haley and they sit down. He kind of just rubs the back of his head because Jesus Christ, that was like two fucking lions going at each other essentially. I don't know what everyone else is doing. And you probably see Charlotte mending herself and all the file doctors are kept around as well. They're kind of pulling people apart if they start rule get disqualified. You will notice that for fucking biting and all that type of shit as well. Zori has gotten disqualified once.
Damn it, Zori.
Yolana at this point has been punched, kicked, bitten, spat upon, and in one case nearly puked on, though her predominant duty this fine day seems to be going and to the people with the indignity of being left unconscious in the middle of a ring of dirt and loading them into a wheelbarrow, bringing them outside of the ring and unceremoniously dumping them on the ground before she moves on to the next savage display.
Yeah, with a bit of time. I mean, if he's just sitting back and watching, keeping to lupus, once Charlotte's put herself back together and reverted, she'll come over, plop down next to him. Next to Bastion.
He's sitting there, and Lupus will kind of look over, and he'll turn his head to the side,
Yeah,
exposing his throat.
She gives a gesture. Essentially that you're good.
Yep. He'll turn his head back and then continue watching.
You familiar with all this? I'm glancing aside.
Not in the slightest.
Kind of looks over. You getting the gist real fast?
Oh yes, I believe I have the gist, as you call it.
Good way to work out the tension. And, yeah, good way to work out the tension. Just finally firm nods it.
So that's what they call it. I see. You see him kind of start grooming one of his paws. I need to work out tension. I just call Lupe. Just keeps grooming his paw.
There's a brow quirk.
So just kind of look. Masseuse.
And that's how you mend fences with other members of the Sept? Feeling like that's a little indirect?
No, that's how I work out tension.
Social tension.
I see. I see. Social tension. That makes more sense.
I fucking hope so. And she's glancing around. She keeps periodically looking over to see when Artemi's gonna, stand up again, because that is when it is time to run over and make sure she gets the good seat.
Lena and Calliope are fighting.
Oh, shit. Yeah, for that one, as soon as she sees that's even initiating, yeah, she'll fucking hoist herself up with a hand and wander over to get a better look on that.
The psychic is down.
Discord has betrayed us for the last time.
Lena won. She what happens is Calliope comes at her, and Calliope's fast. Lena is ducking and weaving, and eventually what Lena will do is she'll lock Calliope's arm and just snap the bone like clean out, essentially just pop, and then just poof, headbutt her essentially, and Calliope will collapse onto the ground like writhing, and then it just walks over and just kicks her straight in the face, knocking her clean out. But Lena's like looks like the picture, completely busted open. She's like spitting out blood. She collapses onto the ground as well. Like the two nearly killed each other.
Never has Yolana been more careful loading someone into the wheelbarrow than she is with Calliope. And never has Yolana been less careful loading someone into the wheelbarrow than she has with Lena. Oh, did it fall? Oopsie, I'm sorry.
I mean, you come near Lena, you come up near Lena and you try to pull that wheelbarrow shit, she gets up in your face, essentially. Like that. Like up.
Yolana closes her eyes and prepares for
quite
the
hostile.
end.
Get in the ring. Go on.
She goes in there.
And yeah, roll initiative. It just points. And she just, if Charlotte's going to interfere, she'll say, no.
Nope. Charlotte is literally just reaching in to snag the wheelbarrow. That's it.
Runs at her. And yeah, roll initiative, essentially. As Lena moves at full speed. I think fucking...
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting the Discord's down, trying to go over there. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, same. It's all right. Same.
Okay. I'll admit the roller in Roll20 is pretty convenient.
I think that's... Yeah.
I bet you outclassed me on this. This is not a great roll.
Lena is 14.
Yeah, you're going ahead of me.
Okay. So Lena rolls in. She has, yeah, she's that fast. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
I'll spend 2 rage and wait to see what happens.
Oh yeah, she drops 2 rage as well. 5. Hang on now, let me just do this right. She has 2. Yeah, it's 5. She takes a specialty for this type of shit. So yeah,
Okay.
she is 5 if you're choosing to dodge this.
No.
Okay. Good amount. 1, 2, 3.
I soak none of it.
She punches you solidly in the chest, snarling, and she keeps coming.
Okay.
It'll be her first rage round. Unless you're, first rage round.
I thought I got to hit her back. Are
Oh,
we
you do?
skipping
Yeah,
my
I
turn?
thought you were dodging. No, I thought you
No.
dodged. My mistake. Yeah, just swing back by all
No.
means. Yeah, sorry. No, that was my fault.
All right. 3. Okay, I know where I'm at. I have 1 success
Yep, yeah, roll to hit.
with 2 damage attached to it.
Soaks one of it, so you pop her a bit. You get a good, nice, clean hit.
Okay.
So she rolls in, and this is where she gets dirty. So roll your strength brawl. You just got to beat 1. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a shit roll for her.
All right. I do.
Yeah. She tries to grapple it. She just can't get the right angle. You managed to beat it off. Your first rage action.
All right. No successes. It doesn't matter.
You swing and a miss. It's probably in the rolling around stage where it's just kind of in and around and you just miss. Jesus. She gets 1 to hit you unless you're trying to dodge her. Do you want to try to tank it?
No, I'll just take it.
Okay. One damage. Jesus Christ.
I soaked it.
Yep.
All right. I'm going back in. Oh, 1 success.
I roll your damage. This has been the most
God.
fucking
3.
Okay. 3.
Not surprised.
So Lena runs at you again, dropping 2 rage.
Okay. I too will drop 2 rage, but otherwise wait to see what happens.
1,
Get it?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Do it.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We're into lethal. I imagine she's unconscious and she's bleeding on the ground and shit.
Oh yeah, like she takes a run at you, and you kind of, she feints left, she feints right, and then suddenly that elbow just catches you straight, like right across the sternum, nearly just poof, putting all her weight behind it essentially.
Oh, I bet. So yeah, that's a dislocated jaw, concussion, probably a compound fracture, and if we're real lucky, probably something secondary. I would hope not near the spinal column, but there's definitely something going on in the orbital bone. Either way, she is down. There is a great deal of blood. I don't think the entire structure of her skull looks like it should right now, and she's not moving.
Don't know how everyone else is reacting to that or what's happening.
There's some sympathetic wincing,
Oh yeah,
especially when she finally hits the fucking ground. And ironically, in this case, Charlotte probably shouldn't be the one going to pull her out because of the rules being what they are.
She gets hefted out by, where is he now? Yeah, fucking Jeremy. He's a Philodox. Jeremy. She gets hefted out by Jeremy. He's a Philodox.
Fabulous.
Continuing the maximum. All we need now is for like a Shadow Lord to stop and like pee on her, and we'll have the trifecta of humiliation.
I mean, no, Jeremy hefts you up very carefully. It's like, oh, easy, that's a broken bone. And we'll set her down. And, one of the Theurges, probably Forgotten Earth or whoever one is on standby, will eventually pop a guy's breath on you. It's all handled very.
Yeah, it's easy to
professionally.
say with that much lethal rollover, you damn near killed her. The entire structure of her skull is compromised. The entire structure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Forgotten Earth visibly winces, like, ooh.
I don't imagine with the guy's breath. There's still the one lethal, so probably hairline fracture near the brow ridge. She's not moving for a while.
At some point while all this is going on, Bastion will shift back to Hamid. He's kind of taking a seat on his rear with his legs up, bent, and his elbows and arms kind of draped across his knees. And after this particularly brutal fight, I'm sorry, I can't remember what the big Silver Fang's name is.
Charles.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of catch his eye and just kind of give him a what the fuck kind of look,
Charles just hold up his shoulders like, it's just that kind of like, I tried, man. Just kind of rubbing his head, all embarrassed.
Right. I mean, but at this point, it's he's just kind of sitting there in his Dockers and his polo shirt, watching this, just in awe of everything that is Get Offenders at this point.
And yeah, is anyone else doing anything, or what's happening?
Oh, once Charlotte's got her shit back together and hopefully regains some of that rage she spent, she's gonna go looking for Lily. It's fucking happening.
Lily's sitting there. She is rubbing the side of fucking poor out Ragnar's head. Like, you can tell she's after healing him because his head is split up.
Oof. Who fucking knocked his head open?
What's his name? Zori.
Oh, is that the one where she got pulled off?
Yep.
Oof. Yeah, she'll wait a second for her to disengage because she's not going to interrupt her fucking doing her job. That ain't right.
Pat her on the shoulder, Ragnar on the shoulder, like, it's not that bad. You'll be fine. He just gives her the thumbs up, like, do you know what I mean? She'll stand up, and she can't dust the blood off herself. She's not aware if you're there. She obviously seems to be doing you know what I mean, the rounds and shit.
Yeah, she's in the zone. So yeah, once she's dusted herself and got up, Charlotte will come around up beside her. She's not being a fucking sneak about it. But yeah, she walks up, takes a step beside her. Come on, you and me. Kind of jerks her head towards one of the circles.
They just shrug and just walk into one of the circles. It doesn't seem like she's like, yeah. She just shrugs and just nods, and we'll walk into the circle. Taking off whatever jacket she was wearing, revealing the extensive tattoos.
Those fucking tattoos, man. Yeah, Charlotte will come around to the other side again. Pause long enough to glance for a Philodox because those poor guys are running circle to circle at this rate.
Does not nod. He seems to nod at it.
All right, rolling. A little invested in this one.
Check if Discord's actually working before I roll. It is working.
Oh, is it?
It looks like it's being more cooperative now.
Okay. I know it was kind of going in and out before, but if it's finally stabilized, that'd be pretty sweet. Oh, she's got me. Do it.
We'll drop 2 rage because she has rage 3.
Yep,
Misses.
tanking.
Actually, no. Now she gets 1.
She's got 1. Let me fiddle my rage back.
5.
Boop. Nice. She fucking throws that shit with all her body weight. Oh, that is the wrong roll. I'm sorry. Hold on.
I
Only
was about
4.
to say, like, when the fuck did you get 5 stamina?
No. I fucking... I don't know why I autopiloted the 5. So-
you get she hits you a solid hit. Solid straight right in the chest.
Yep. Taking
Yep,
it.
by all means. Go for it.
Yep. Spending 2 as well. Let me fix my fucking chart here. 3. All right. Going for it. Do it to it. And quickly looking over here. Since they're allowing all this shit. Faggot.
As long as it's not low blows or eye gouging. Or biting.
Nope. Nope. Go ahead, but though.
No, as long as that's the rules. No, on any of that shit.
No dirty shit, even though this is totes dirty.
Headbutt.
All right,
Yeah,
so
but people have won this through headbutting.
yeah, exactly. So I know I'm gonna call her the fuck out. Is she spending a rage on a doge or anything?
No, she's gonna tank it. She spent 2 rage to hit you.
Beautiful. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I get 10s on damage. So that's 4.
She soaked it.
Jesus!
10s on stamina.
Damn it, woman. Yep. Ready up for the next
Tough.
one.
Tough as nails.
That's
So
right.
she'll swing.
No, I'm tanking still.
1 goes through.
Just love the idea that that's literally a 4-point headbutt. The two of them clamp, like fucking slam heads, and they're both fucking standing up afterwards. It's nuts. All
1
right.
damage. Probably gonna soak it.
I hope so. Barely, but I do.
Yeah. Just kind of shift your body weight. Your go again.
Are we allowed to ground and pound?
Are you grappling?
I was debating going for a tackle.
Depends on what ground. It depends on what you're doing. Yeah, it depends on the context of your ground and pound. If you're grappling, yes.
It's
Of
essentially,
course,
can you
that-
tackle people to the ground and beat the shit out of them?
You can try. You may try.
All right. Fuck it. I don't actually have the fucking space for a grapple, or for a tackle, so I'll have to go for the grapple.
Okay.
So. -2. Oh no, -1. Trying for it. That's 3. Jesus. What the fuck? Nope, no purchase. Yeah, she
Yeah, she
tries
just-
to go in
she-
for a clinch and gets fucking shoved off.
Yeah, she's just a bit more buffer, essentially. She's a bit more body weight, so she kind of shoves you off with a shoulder. What action is it now? Just some form of brain?
Second rage actions.
Okay. Swings again.
Still
She
tanking.
gets 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Still
Jabus.
tanking.
I probably shouldn't.
Well, you could have told me that
it's
before.
too
I rolled.
late. It's too late. It's
Uh,
too late.
I mean, I'll let you dodge it if you want, but next time tell me before you
No.
roll.
I said I was tanking. I'm gonna tank it.
Okay. One more. Pops you again. This gets a little bit more of a connection.
Yep, taking it. Whew. Finally looking pretty rough. Yeah, I'll just go for a raw fucking knock. Actually, let's see. Is this worth it? Where the fuck did it go? You know what? I'll go for the haymaker. Fuck it. Might as well go ham.
Mm-hmm.
So, diff 7. And -2 dice now. So 4, 5. Yeah, she'll reel up for it. Woo!
Yeah, you get it. You roll your damage.
Fucking. +2 bashing plus knockdown. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it's 2 of it. So she's on 3.
Takes 3 and a knockdown.
Cool. She spends willpower to ignore her wound penalties for the round. And she will take an aim shot at you. Where she is.
Alright. Oof.
Gets it with 3 successes.
I'll be spending 2 again. And. Where's my shit? God, these sheets.
Are you dodging or are you trying to tank?
Honestly, if she's taking a pot shot from the ground. Actually, what the fuck is she aiming at? She can't low blow.
You'll see if you're trying not to dodge it.
Nah, I'm tanking. I gotta get this shot
Cool.
while she's on the ground.
Cool.
And I will be spending
1,
willpower for
2,
this round.
3, 4. 4.
Okay.
Okay. She hits you into the kind of the ligament of your knee.
Oof.
Right in. If she connected with that properly, your knee would have been fucked.
That good shot, though. Nah, I'm gonna take advantage of her being on the fucking ground.
Go ahead.
And actually, -2 +2. You know what? I'm gonna take an aim shot too.
Sure, go ahead.
My brain. What damage am I at? Pardon
You're
as
at
I
4.
scroll. So yeah, -2. So 5. Going for the head. 2.
Cool. She will roll.
Chidojin.
Yes.
Beautifully dodged.
Just rolls out of the way. Combat rolls.
Yeah, even at higher diff, that's still enough to cancel it.
Yep.
Beautiful. Alright. Is that her taking her second rage action to roll?
That's her taking her second rage action, yes.
Alright, chasing up. Just fucking. You know what? I'll take an aim shot, and I'm going to probably kick for it because it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easier. That is a fucking lie. Alright. Taking another shot. Not for the head this time.
You said you're taking an aim shot.
Yeah, while she's still on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, she's rolling, so I'm going for that fucking kidney.
Okay. Yeah, roll your damage.
So, 4, 5, 6 to aim. So, 3 more. Sweet. Soaked. Jesus.
Yep. I believe it's second range. It's gone past second range actions now,
Yep,
hasn't it?
back to main initiative.
Fuck it. She'll drop on a 2 rage. She'll take that aim shot again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
All right, let me do math. Actually, I have 2 rage to blow. Oh, I fucking spent a willpower, then I fucking docked myself the wound penalty. Fuck me. I'll spend another willpower and I'm gonna dodge this one because if she takes out my name, fucked.
Yep, roll it.
So much scrolling. Oh, skimmed 3 off. Yeah, she basically follows up for the punch and then is trying to wildly skirt back. Didn't give herself enough room. See how she soaks.
1, 2, 3, 4.
3 of it.
She got you right in the knee. You're at 5. That hurt like a bitch.
Yeah, it did.
Because I'm going to say your dex athletics are +1 now.
You know what? It's actually technically her turn again since I guess I spent my action dojin.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You did.
2 rage spent.
You did.
Go for it.
She's just going to take a standard shot at you because she can do that from the ground.
She can. No penalties. She spend willpower for this round?
Yep. Yeah, I believe I said that when she said she spent 2 rage.
I couldn't remember.
That's 2. That's actually, no, it's 3.
I'm gonna fucking tank.
Okay.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think that might be it.
Yep. You were on 5 already. And she did 5, you soaked 2. That's 3.
So yeah, rolled over into 1 lethal.
Yeah, she catches you right, pushes you right along the fucking your kneecap, essentially, around that general area. Not aiming, just a general kick, general punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she goes for the
Cocking.
same fucking spot, and yeah, she already rough, and the fucking pain probably literally pops her out.
To be fair, Lily's lying there because I think you did like 5 bashing to her, so she's not in great condition either.
Oh yeah, she fucking donks out, hits the dirt.
There's like a big roar because that was a really good fight. People are people are helping up Lily and helping up Charlotte. There's a roar of approval because that was a good fight between the two. That was a good, healthy contest. That was only barely won, essentially.
It gets a healthy golf clap from Bastion.
Healthy golf clap.
People set up Charlotte and they pop a guy's breath on her, and there's a lot of congratulating, actually. A lot of congratulating. Like, oh, well done. That was really, you know what I mean? They get her really pleased.
Yeah, she gets propped up and it's just kind of like, yep, that was, oh god, my fucking knee. Like, takes most of her focus on fucking getting shifted up, and what she's there is, yeah, responding to the people around her, grinning about it. She lost, but she worked out some fucking tension. Needed to go.
Like the likes of Jeremy, some of the lawless, they're congratulating them. No, that was, they're saying it was a good fight, and you know what I mean, and fair play to you, that type of thing.
Fist bumps all around, as it were.
Pretty much. Is anyone else doing anything?
I imagine because of how in-cap lethal tends to work, I'm up by now just because we grew really weird when they in-cap on lethal. So she'll be up at 1 rage and having suffered multiple serious head traumas today. She's trying, but there's not a lot of talking going on. She's just kind of wobbling around from between the lesser fights with the fucking no longer with the wheelbarrow and just dragging people out when necessary.
Is Melanthe doing anything? Because I haven't heard from her in a good long while.
Not really. Sorry, I'm still kind of out of it.
Okay.
After Charlotte gets done and the crowd thins around her, Bastion will kind of wander over and sit down next to her and go like, "So, tension released then."
Yep.
Kind of give that chin up nod thing. All right. Feeling better, are we?
Oof. Feel better when my face is the right shape, but getting there. Kind of reaches up and like gives her. I mean, she's Glabro. She gives her big jaw kind of a pat, kind of trying to encourage it to pop back where it belongs because she took at least one good shot. Knees already cracked into place.
Bastion, here, let me help you with that. He'll kind of take your face in his hands and kind of be squeezing it and moving it, completely oblivious to your calls for help or your cries for pain if there are any. Wait, no, just just a minute. Okay, no.
I
no,
feel
wait.
like if nothing else, she is just making the most perplexed face in the fucking world because she's a Glabro and he has just grabbed her face. Doesn't even know what the fuck to do.
Yep, nope. That's chin. No, doesn't go top. No. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Wait. Nose. Hold on. Yep. He's like squeezing on the bridge of her nose. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. All right. Mush
there.
face.
All right.
Fucking
There we go.
big old.
There we go. And he finishes with he has squeezed your cheeks together to where you look like you're giving that fish kiss face. He goes, perfect. And then just stops.
Sputter's laughing, and yeah, she'll put a big old fucking hand on his face and kind of mush him off. Like, the fuck?
And he'll smile and say, tension released.
Oh my god. So how the fuck are you holding up?
He sniffs. I miss her. That's all he says, and we'll just walk away.
Yeah, she gives a nod. And I mean, if he goes to immediately disengage, she'll eventually kind of glance over.
He does, and he's kind of wandered over like he's kind of at the edge of the get group, just kind of listening to them. Almost like he's just kind of listening for that vocal style, if you will, because he misses it.
You'll hear the get begin to fucking tease Lily like, I couldn't knock out a glasswalker, could you? Took your fucking age. She's like, shut the fuck up. Still fucking knocked her out, didn't I? You know what I mean? It's that type of thing. She's spitting blood out of her face, and you'll hear Leaf. Like, it's like you both fought well. I would have knocked her out quicker. It's that type of. It's essentially the caddy of the Get of Fenris.
Caddy of Fenris.
Yeah.
So is it kind of like name that tune? I could have knocked her out in 3 hits. Oh, I could have knocked her out in 2 hits. I could have knocked out that glasswalker.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. There's so much teasing.
Maria's like, shit, even I knocked her out faster than that. Jesus.
Yeah, Maria just pats Lily on the shoulder like she tapped out. She couldn't handle me, and Lily just flips her off. They are all talking about, though, Artemi, the big black fury, and they're like, who's she going to fucking fight next? Then just shrugs. I'll fight her. They all kind of look over at the warder, who kind of is sitting there, stone-faced. They all seem very catty. It's like, I wonder if she fight her, and did blah, 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 and
Alas, none of them have the same vocal stylings as sweet old Western Alice.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Charlotte's rubbing her face as she finally goes back down to Hamid again, looking around, eyeballing. Who's queuing up? Who's getting really incensed over their shit? What's going on?
Okay.
Still there, buddy? Ooh. Oh.
So for Bastion, this big guy starts to emerge, and I mean he's gigantic, about 7 foot. Big, long, blonde, braided hair. I mean, he's muscles on muscles. You know what I mean? Far bigger than you are, even just by sheer body mass. He emerge behind you. You lean down and say to you, because it kind of makes you jump a bit. Is this where the fighting is happening?
Oh God, to who?
To Bastion.
Bastion.
Oh,
Bastion turns around and he kind of looks up. He keeps looking up. Looks it up and says, "Apparently, yes,
How has it been going?
as one would expect. I assume." He turns around and he'll actually stick out a hand. He's, Bastion Campbell.
Yeah, grip the hand. It's a big, powerful grip. Not designed to like crush your hand, but just boom.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Marcel
He'll return it
Ulrichsen.
as best he can.
Marcel Ulrichsen.
He'll he's heard that name. It's been too long for JC.
That is a Gedefenris Adrian rune.
Yep.
Known as Frozen Hearth.
Yep. Okay. That point, Bastion his eyes will get big and he'll be like, "Oh, Raya, it's a pleasure to meet you."
There is no Raya here, not in the gauntlet.
He'll nod.
This is where we all fight equally. We all pay for each other in blood equally.
He'll nod again, kind of turning to where he includes Marcel in the group, I guess you'd say. You understand what I mean? Kind of doing that turn to where he's standing beside him instead of in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, just the slightest step back.
You fought in these things before, Bastion.
I can't say as I have. You can see him just, I mean, he struggles with it. He struggles with it so hard, and he finally just says, "Marcel."
Marcel.
Yes, you could see, he could tell that Raya came out like 10 times before he was able to get Marcel out.
It is a good place to know that you can feel alive for us Aruns. Everyone else fears our rage so much. This is the only point where everyone understands who we are.
He nods. His looking back at the ring and the blood all over it, and then kind of out of the corner of his eye, just kind of gives Charlotte a look, almost like a, kind of understanding what she was saying earlier, where he didn't really before.
To hear, even the most hated man can become a king.
That quirks his eyebrow a little bit. That was a little close to home for him.
He'll take off his shirt. I mean, this guy is jacked as shit, covered in battle scars as well.
Right.
Are you participating?
He kind of he'll look over at him and shrug that kind of, "Well, I guess I am" type shrug, and we'll start taking his shirt off.
Do you wish to fight me? You look over with admittedly like, oh, I was not expecting you to fight me, eyebrow.
He'll pause for a minute, and then he'll just keep taking his shirt off, and we'll turn and just kind of very neatly fold it and place it on the floor and be like, "There's no Raya's here." And then we'll turn and walk out to the ring in his Dockers.
You just get a smile from Marcel as he walks out, and for both Bastion and Johanna and Melanthe and Charlotte, Marcel is covered in battle scars as he is down to like shorts essentially. He has a violent silver scar that is the shape of a wolf crawling up his arm that looks like it's touching the side of his neck. It looks hideous and ritualistic.
And
He'll, square up. Oh, Jesus.
The moment that she realizes that it's like, oh, cool, there's Marcel. Oh, hey, look, Bastion's walking with Marcel. Oh, God, Bastion. Oh, God. Yeah, she just.
Better get Marcel's sheet.
Bastion kind of will look at Charlotte as he walks by, and will just kind of give her this look and just say, and just kind of mouth to her, tension.
She just. The eyebrows, man. She doesn't look alarmed, but she looks shocked.
And yeah, I'll roll the Marcel's initiative dice.
It's D10
Discord
plus wits
Add.
and dex, right?
Yep, Dex Wits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Discord.
Hello, Discord. It might work.
Insult to injury. One more time, sorta.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I tied your bonus. I mean, that's a small victory.
Tied your bonus.
That's a small victory.
There you go. Marcel goes first. Marcel drops 3 rage.
Mhm.
And well, you know what? Holds his action and just gestures with the handgun. Come on.
Let's see. I can spend half. Yeah. All right. It's round down, correct? So if I have 5, I can spend 2.
You can spend 3. Round up.
Spend 3.
Round up. Okay. All right.
Marcel has 6 rage. That's why he's spending 3. From
I understand.
my thing.
All right. So Bastion will spend 3 as well. And he's not cheeky about this. He is literally going to do the classic Wayne and wind up and kind of do the 2 sidestep and just swing with everything he's got at dude's chest as hard as he can. I mean,
Yep, he does dodge. Yep. Go for it. By all means, yep. This is the entire point. He's actually has a big smile on his face.
All right. Let's see. So, yeah, he hasn't changed any kind of forms at all. So, let's see. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you hit him. I'll just say you hit him. It just bounces off his chest. Like,
I don't even think I have 1 hit there.
Nope.
I hit him.
Kind of it slaps uselessly off the pectoral. You know what I mean? And with his held action, Marcel swings. You are welcome to dodge. So it's 1, 2.
He will attempt to dodge.
3, 4.
Actually, no, he's not going to dodge. You didn't dodge him.
Okay.
He won't dodge you. That's
okay.
That's the way he would see it.
So that's his strength. Come on, Discord.
Hey, I soaked 2.
One, two, three, four, five, six, 7.
4.
So soak 2, but okay.
3. 5. Yeah.
Okay. You just boom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And Bastion, let's see, that's what, 5 bashing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It hits you like a truck.
Take that. I don't know where was he punching me in the face? In the chest?
Punched you straight. No, punched you straight in the stomach. Just bam. You know what I mean? Under like you know,
I'm sorry,
kind of just right in.
The sound skidded out on me.
Oh, he punched you right in the belly. Did my sound go again?
I mean, I'm hearing you okay.
Okay.
Still there, JC?
Yeah, for some reason the sound went and
yeah.
Okay.
He punched you right in the belly.
Okay. All right. Ooh, that's solar plexus. Okay, he's not happy. He kind of bends over and he'll. Let's see if I can. Well, I did soak a couple, so I'll say he drops to a knee instead of just crawling into a fetal ball, and he will use that in an attempt to his advantage and attempt to uppercut coming back.
Marcel, yeah, will hold his rage action to let you swing first at him.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold that action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got some hits this time.
Yeah, you did. Yep. Roll your damage.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me wow you with my damage. How about that?
I'm ready.
Yeah, take a whole lot of that, buddy. 3.
Hey.
Whoa!
Yeah, you pop him. You know, Marcel gets a doof and a hit, and he smirks. And wow. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So, unless you're choosing to dodge 4.
And that's
Yeah.
2 more, so that puts me at.
Oh no, that was my damage. That was just his hit dice.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I dodged. I meant to just soak, but I'll take unless you just want to count that as my soak roll. That's fine.
I'll count it for your soak roll. Fuck it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so ironically, you take another 1, so 1 goes through.
All right. So that's yeah.
Not as powerful as that time, but it puts you at 6.
Yeah, 6 bashing. He's just like, was that another shot to the stomach?
That was same place.
Okay. All right. He will. Yeah, that will probably, on top of the other damage, drop him back to a knee again. And he will push himself back to his feet and square up one more time. He knows he's pretty much in a bad way here, and so he's going to try for that one last attempt, and will swing, spend willpower, and swing at swing one more time here. Let's see here. Throw in the haymaker. 1 for the haymaker. Oh, 3.
Okay, yeah, roll your damage.
Ah, he takes it like a champ.
Yep. Just boof. He'll smile at you almost sympathetically. Like, and he will swing.
Yep.
No, it just gets you. Just
Yeah, I think he got 1. Yeah.
yeah,
He got
just
1.
gets you. Not the greatest of swings,
But hey,
it's enough. It's enough.
come on, Discord.
Come on, Discord.
There it goes. 1. I soaked 1.
He does 4.
Yep. So that's 3 more. So that's probably putting me on the ground. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
you just poof
Yep.
into that stomach. Yeah, he does. He knocks you again in the stomach. You kind of double over in a heap, but you're immediately kind of lifted up, almost like as you're kind of like half unconscious as Marcel just hefts you up quite easily.
Yep.
We'll say out to the crowd, buy this man a drink. Deserves it. As he's hauling him over towards like the healers, essentially, probably plops him down beside Charlotte.
Bastion will be like, how about 2?
Yeah, Charlotte will move up on the wings to take him when Marcel drops him over, glancing around for the closest Theurge.
Yeah, you're one of
Melanthe
the
will
third.
step in to lend a hand.
And Bastion will look over at Charlotte again and go, tension.
Yeah. Good job.
And then he will promptly throw up on her shoes.
Okay, let's have a good job now. That's gross. That's really gross. Oh, that is so gross.
Yeah, sushi for lunch is not a good coming back up.
Oh, I'm gonna have to burn these. Fuck. Hey, Melanthe, you wanna tag him? I got him held up and vomiting on my shoes. My poor shoes.
Melanthe will avoid the vomit. Because she kind of saw that coming, and indeed, he is duly tagged.
It's a nose wrinkle of like, ugh, oh, the smell.
That is regrettable.
Oh. I'm sure there are smells out there that are worse than half-digested raw fish, but I'm not thinking of any right now. Oh, God. Like, she's doing that thing where she's looking away like, don't look at it, you'll vomit. Are you just tagging him with the guy's breath?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, once he's got the tag and can hold himself up, she will begin very carefully weaseling out of her now horrifyingly violated shoes. Oof. Need to toughen up the pads of my feet anyways, it'll be fine.
Melanthe offers one of the water buckets.
Bastion will make good use of said water bucket.
She's offering it for Charlotte's shoes, but that works too.
Face goes into water bucket. You can hear him gurgling in there.
Just kind of concerned look, though. She's trying to keep like one eye on him and one eye on Marcel to see who comes over to him next. I assume he's just standing in the ring.
He stands in the ring. Well, those two go at it.
Charlotte is going to do what every wise glasswalker would do in this instance. Make sure she has her fucking phone camera on.
It ends up a tie. They're not knocked out. They're both at 6 bashing each, panting heavily. But the Master and Challenger declares it a tie.
Holy shit.
I mean, I would say this for thematics. It is brutal. Marcel is all brutality. Artemia is all focused and controlled. She's trying to stem the haymaker swings and devastating punches, and Marcel is trying to control her shots left to right. It's a fucking Clash of the Titans, essentially. And it comes to the point where they're barely able to stand, and like they're just trying to swing at each other and miss because they're that much fucked up from like probably a punctured rib or a fucking just they're kind of swinging. So the Master Challenger says they're not really hitting each other because they're just trying to. They both kind of have each other in a clinch, trying to just catch blows on each other, and he just agrees it's a tie. Much to the shouts of protest of some people agree, some people don't. Some people cheer because that was incredible.
Yep, Charlotte is in the third group, cheering just because holy shit. It's better than a fucking movie.
And they get separated because they're still trying to get at each other, and Artemia again locks eyes with the water and walks off, spitting out blood. Marcel, meanwhile, just kind of leans back as Wildfire's like tapping his chest, like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Don't know how the rest of you are reacting.
I mean, after she catches some of the errant concussion drool coming out of her mouth, she's able to notice the horrific display of skill and volatility coming from the two biggest edgelords on the sept. Truly, it is a whirlwind of emotion, bloodshed, and tragedy, the likes of which she actually hasn't seen before, outside of scenarios where somebody stole someone else's swag or heard the Bee Gees were getting back together. She is left in awe at all four of them that she can see on the field. And when the two Artemis walk away, knows better than to get anywhere near that kind of fucking drama. And with Marcel and Wildfire together, she sees no particular need to examine either of these beef monsters as they congratulate each other on a series of pugilistic. Oh, I can't do this with a straight face, dude. She's just fucking watching. Like,
Yep, Charlotte is admittedly checking the urge to check on either one because political statements are a bitch. She actually will just kind of, honestly, especially if Bastion's still plunked down next to her, yeah, she glances between them and just kind of mutters, God, political statements are a bitch.
Bastion has laid back, kind of on his back, and he has his phone out. And you see him, he leans over and he takes a picture of Charlotte's shoes. And then you can see him scrolling through some stuff.
Just quirks her brow.
And she can see he's on Amazon. He's using the buy something by taking a picture of it feature. And he just like bought her new shoes, and then just laid back over.
You, good sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. Gives him a pat on the shoulder. And to distract herself from running over, we'll probably engage further. Just be like, hey, anyone hit you up about Pack yet?
He'll open one eye. 6-pack?
Can have one of those too.
No. Would be
Consider yourself propositioned.
He kind of gives the thumbs up. Can I stop puking first?
You probably should. Can't go taking advantage of you while you're under the weather. Bad sportsmanship and all. So another like idle pat carefully rolls him the other direction because please don't puke on me again.
Well, I would say by this part, but since it was all bashing, he's probably healed up a fair amount. He'll sit back up into his knees up, arms across his knees, posture. And looks into the ring and goes, "How did that one go?"
Like a better, less CG'd Clash of the Titans?
This is that whole expression where you poke your bottom lip out and kind of like, Makes
I think
sense.
I managed to get most of it. Kind of like flicks through her phone. It's only like one person has footage from the first time they clashed. It's fucking nuts.
He'll look over, obviously take an interest in it.
Yeah, she'll actually pull it up for him since he was on the fucking ground.
Yeah, he'll try to make his way up to lean up or whatever he has to do to get up to where she is to see what's on the screen.
Oh yeah, she'll just hand him the camera with the video pulled up and ready to play.
He'll take it and kind of nod his thanks to it and say, "Oh, thank you." Then you can see him, he'll turn the phone sideways. And you can see him forwarding and rewinding and forwarding and rewinding with his finger. Almost like a football player who's watching football reruns to try to figure out how to do whatever he's seeing on the screen.
Watching them plays.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Jesus. Yeah, she'll let him take charge of the phone. She still hasn't like replaced it with the. It is definitely not the newest, nicest phone, and it's not the one she normally carries. It is a much cheaper, but still smartphone. She couldn't survive if it wasn't a smartphone. And yeah, she'll pick up her head to see like how well Marcel's ingratiating back into the collective after the brawl.
He's not. I mean, Bonfire taps and most people avoid him. He walks off.
Got 2 bouts and he's just walking off.
Yep.
He has released his tension, obviously.
hmm
Glance over. Glance back. Yeah, guess so. Oh shit. She's eyeballing. Is Artemi still? Does she still glare at Siggy when she's sat, or is it only when she's exiting the field?
Only when she's exiting the field.
Any other bouts of note?
No, that was pretty much the closing one for today.
Oh boy, how long have they said this is gonna go? Couple days?
Couple of days, yeah.
Oh fuck me, running backwards. Well, big man said, "Get you a beer." She starts hoisting up while he's still watching the plays, glancing around.
Oh, Yolana's still there in all of her concussed glory. Still
Dude.
trying to fucking.
Has she not healed up yet?
I mean, like, yo, werewolves are tough and all, but her brain did the fucking, like, basketball harder than anything LeBron James could fucking throw 3 times now.
But regen. Is she at least in Glabro looking fucking dazed?
It's kind of weird. Like, she's been in some form, she's been in others, but it's been a bad day.
Just there is the most perplexed side glance and probably a nudge over to Melanthe. Can you make sure she's actually put back together? She's she should be fine by now.
Oh. I know,
And-
certainly.
Yeah. Yeah, she really should. I wonder if she's been just fucking puttering around in Hamid.
Yes. And she'll walk over and like poke Yolana. Just like, hey,
Don't touch me.
okay. Why?
Because I said don't touch me.
Does that include fixing your head?
I'll be fine.
Uh-huh. You don't appear to want to be fine.
She spit some blood spit, that weird blood spit mix out of her mouth on the ground. God, that shit's so gross when it happens, by the way.
Shift.
I'll shift when I'm fucking ready.
Are you nursing this for a reason?
She didn't say anything.
And she just turns and gives Charlotte this look like she's being a dummy.
I mean, Charlotte offers a shrug and just kind of beckons her back over. Because there's no point to poking Alana when she's kind of curled up and defensive like that.
Fine. Enjoy your headache.
Alana spits again and walks off.
There's eye rolling.
Oh, God. Well then. Lovely. Come on, buddy. Big man said get your drink. Gives Bastion a nudge.
He starts making his way to his feet. Best news I've heard all day.
Oh, I don't know. I think you made a fucking splash. She finally, like, takes her phone back, shoves it in her pocket. Starts wandering off. Probably heading over towards the beer garden. Not a lot of people have the nerve to stand up with Marcel. I was ballsy as fuck.
You see him he just kind of shrugs. It's one of those things where you can tell he's not used to praise.
It's that compliment. I'll leave that right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, she'll wander with him to the beer garden, kind of give a
Yep.
glance around to who's there. We'll make sure she gets the nice man a drink. Probably do the
And-
same for anyone else that followed her from Melanthe. I know Yolana went her own way.
Melanthe will probably follow. There's plenty of other theurges, and she's poked a couple people, and she'll just make sure that one of the other Cleoths, understands that it is their job to take over bucket duty. And oh, by the way, those buckets need to be refilled. They're gross.
Yeah, Charlotte will, by the way, hook up her shoes and trash them at some point. Just wander around fucking... Yeah, just dump them somewhere. Probably see if she has slippers stowed from where she stayed the night, one place or another. She at least has something on her feet. It's fucking cold out. But yeah, get the man a drink, plunk down. Probably look to see who's talking to who, but I'll eventually look over to Bastion. I mean, she includes Melanthe in the conversation, for what it's worth. It looks like, for what it's worth, should you decide to join up, we'll be approaching Harrier.
Harrier.
Hmm?
Interesting choice. Any particular reason?
I feel very strongly about negotiation, about alliances, about helping people not to forget that we're fighting together against the same thing. It's easy to forget sometimes. It's easy to let your temper get a hold of you. And Harrier seems very suited. I actually spoke to Melanie. She recommended it.
He nods. Harrier is a spirit that I am very close to.
Thought it'd be more suited than most. Might be up your alley.
It is indeed.
Just want to keep doing good things. Kind of gives a shrug.
Harrier is indeed well suited towards that task. Do you have a timeline?
I've made offers to several. Yolana has already ingratiated herself.
You're going to have to
I-
tell me how you accomplished that at some point.
I think the term she used for randomly spouting that off and now being dedicated to it is something along the line of panic threats. Shrugs. And they're working
Panic
together.
what?
We were working together to suss out some of the tension that all this is trying to absolve. And she called me her alpha. Called herself my pack mate. And, well, she said it now and she's dedicated to keeping to it.
Whew.
I appreciate that about her. Yeah. I have been asked to take David on as an Omega, and intend to do so. I have approached the, big bearded Fiona Galliard, McDuncan. I told Melanthe. She kind of gestures over that the offer still stands.
There's a definite smirk from Bastion at the mention of David.
There's a slightly pained expression from Melanthe at the mention of David.
We need Naroon. And we need people that are willing to push for the same thing. You haven't balked before?
He smiles and he'll raise his whiskey glass and just say, "Well, to coin a phrase, you had me at Harrier," and we'll smile.
There's a bit of a grin. Good. As long as nobody balks at the totem, nobody balks at the cause we have. See any reason can't put this together? Strays will glance over to Melanthe again. Have you made a decision?
I'm with you.
It's a nod.
You have been the one constant here so far for me. So
Let me tell you, it's a fucking achievement.
Bastion will set his whiskey glass down on the counter. It's empty now. We are not pack yet. There's a certain kind of intensity in his eyes for a second.
There's a stray glance. A studying one.
But when we are, there will be questions.
No.
Oh,
questions from you or questions from other people?
from me. And he kind of nods towards Charlotte. For you.
There's a interested, little bit of a look. Is this the kind of thing that needs to be somewhere where there aren't any extra ears around?
After his whiskey glass is refilled, he'll just kind of raise it up and just kind of give her that like faux toast thing, kind of like, you got it. And then we'll take another sip of his whiskey.
She just kind of gives a nod. But nothing so intense that it will sway your decision. It can all
No.
wait to be asked. All right.
Yes. There's a reason why I'm asking it after we are pack.
She just kind of gives a shrug. As it suits you. I will talk to Melanie again, see when we can arrange a visit with Harrier.
With that, Bastion will kind of look over at Melanthe then look back to Charlotte. Cannot our the urge reach Harrier?
I am still learning the rite of summoning.
He nods.
And Melanie has confessed an affinity for the totem, a strong link to it. And while I am sure that my conviction is enough for me to make my case, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a Silverfang involved in calling to it.
Or two, even. He
Smirk.
smiles.
Just so?
Makes sense.
So what is our number now?
That are actually signed on?
5?
5. McDuncan hasn't chosen one way or the other yet.
That gets a look. She's not. It's difficult to tell what. Melanthi's not even sure how she feels about that statement. Just like, oh,
Just a shrug.
you're with Tim. Like, oh, okay, that's.
I can't judge. I've gotten offers from a number of the packs here, and it took me a long time to settle my answers. So,
I remember what that felt like.
she kind of quirks a glance over. Kind of smirks. You yourself took a hot minute. So, I'm not going to put any judgment on him for taking his time and considering
No,
it.
not. Never mind.
What?
And she just kind of shakes her head, like. The offer's not. It's fine.
Ah. Well, all the same, it's a pretty healthy sized pack. And I wouldn't have offered if I didn't mean it.
I know.
All right. You crazy kids have fun. I'm going to drive home in my slippers.
Bastion will be like, oh, and he'll reach in his phone and be like, he'll slide it over and say, please type in your address so that these shoes go to the correct address, please.
She shrugs. Then yeah, gives an address. Looks it in there. Twin apartment.
He'll nod, take it back, and hit the buy now button. Apologies for the shoes.
It is hardly the worst loss I have ever suffered. I will be fine. Got plenty of shoes. Tell in a pinch I have sandals in the back of the car.
No self-respecting person wears sandals.
No, I
Melanthe just gives him this look like, bitch says what?
She shrugs. No, I have a backup set of, well, basic clothes. Because not every outfit I own is dedicated, as you might imagine, and accidents happen. Gotta have something.
As you say, accidents happen. Like
There's
buying
not.
sandals.
Look, man, cheap flip flops are under $1. It's for an emergency kit.
He just kind of shrugs, nods.
Or
Fair
looking like a
enough.
tourist. Either way. Beach tourist. Really fucking lost if they're in Duluth, now I think about it. But yeah, it's the stuff you need in a pinch just to get from point A to point B. Not a lot else you can ask.
Fair enough.
Keep an eye out. I'll be back around tomorrow. There's going to be a lot more of this. And, it'd be a bold statement to make. Actually, is Bastion already training with Marcel and Leaf in the mornings? Or anywhere, really?
Not that you've seen.
I mean, she trains with them, which is why
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Not that you've seen. He hasn't been there, no.
Okay. So yeah, she'll just kind of glance over. It's technically a politically bold statement, but I mean, you faced up to Marcel once already. He does do combat training. He and Leaf have both actually been running combat training that many of the Get are showing up to.
He nods. You can see the kind of wheels turning in his head, and he'll be like, fair
I
enough.
intend. I'll have to be changing up my schedule so I'm not at all of them every day because there's only so many hours in the day, but I do attend. He, Skyripper, Artemi, and Calliope all run training.
I shall endeavor to attend in that case.
She gives a nod. And thinks about it for a hot second because they're right there in the fucking beer garden. And if you ever have questions, I'm readily available, but be careful what I say where. Bit of a smile. Tight little one. But I should be off. Starts hoisting up.
He'll raise his whiskey glass one more time and say, as you say, Alpha. Safe journey. And we'll turn back to the bar.
Yeah.
Leaning on it with his elbows.
He earns himself a bit of a smirk. And yeah. Did Melanthe have anything else she wanted to say?
No, she'll just kind of stare at the bar, and I don't even know if she's managed to order a drink at this point, and kind of pushes herself up from the chair and sighs. I am going to go pack and possibly get my face broken. We'll see.
There's a thoughtful pause. Charlotte does kind of pause mid-stride. Glances back. For what it's worth, anything you're going to do it like you mean it. Don't sigh. Pick your head up.
Yes, Alpha.
There's a faint smile and a bit of a nod. And yeah, she'll shove her hands in her pockets and head on off. Would you two like to do any further interaction?
Bastion's drinking. She's
Well, he's
welcome to hang around.
gonna go pack. I'm kind of brain dead, honestly.
All right.
All right, buddy boy. Then in that case, for now, I'll call it.